I think that given the racist history of the Mormon Church for 150 years, the first 150 years of existence, it held all black people as accursed, the accursed seed of Cain. I think that, and that didn't change until he was over 30 years old. What he needs to do, I think, is to assure America that he does not maintain any residual feelings that black people are inferior, because that's what his religion taught for 150 years, that black folks were accursed and therefore inferior to the unaccursed whites.
In that sound clip that we played, did he not do that?
Well, I think there's a difference in saying, I mean, it's very admirable that he believes that all people have equal rights, should have equal rights under the law. He also said that he felt that all people had equal rights to get into heaven. But that's not the same as saying that he also believes that all people are inherently equal, that no one is inferior to anyone else. I mean, that's a very important distinction, because as we've seen in our nation's history, that when leaders were not fully convinced that black people were the equals of whites, that we were inferior in some way, they also treated our interests as inferior, and we suffered quite a bit.
Do you think he should address this issue in the manner that President Obama addressed race and religion back when he was dealing with the criticism of his association with Jeremiah Wright?
Oh, no question. I mean, to assure Americans that he can be the president of all Americans equally. I mean, President Obama had to do that as a result of...
And you think Mitt Romney needs to do that?
Yes. I mean, President Obama had to do it because of a few statements by one man. We're talking about Romney, who grew up in this faith into manhood, believing that, well, at least accepting this doctrine that black people were inferior. And let's face it, this was taught very deeply in that faith. It's not just some overlay. It's a doctrine, and it's codified in their holy book.
If this man were to become president of the United States, do you think the Congressional Black Caucus has an obligation to go down this road?
Go down this road
in other words, expect some explanation from Mitt Romney on how he's going to deal with minorities in this country.
I think that we all deserve an answer right away.
And this isn't condemning him. This is the vetting process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Giving him a chance to put all Americans at ease, that he's going to be a president equally of all people, that he's able to do that. Because until he comes right out and says, no, I do not believe that this is divinely ordained, that these are orders from God in my holy book, it raises questions as to whether there's some residual belief in inferiority.
Well, I mean, in the Book of Mormon, I mean, what I read, after they had dwindled in unbelief, they became a dark and loathsome and a filthy people, full of idleness and the manner of abominations. I mean, that is heavy stuff.
Oh, and that's not all. They are,
I haven't read the Book of Mormon, but is there other stuff in there that...
Oh, yeah. I cite 3 or 4 other passages in my article in the Huffington Post today that are just as bad, or if not worse.
All right. Other GOP candidates like Gingrich and Santorum have had more publicized issues with making what many people think are racist comments. Is this a problem with the Republican Party, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's a problem with the Republican Party. They've always had a problem with race. The Republican Party has always wanted to conserve power and wealth where it already was. And as we know, for most of our nation's history, it was with the rich whites in America. And if you go back to Buckley, William Buckley, who was the godfather of modern conservatism, he was very much a racist. He came out and said that black people were inferior people, and so we did not deserve the same kind of policy considerations as others. He said that. That's documented.
Professor Hendricks, thank you for your time tonight.
My pleasure.
Thanks so much.